the name of God, in the name of God. Ladies and gentlemen, peace be upon you and welcome here. I'm very happy to be with you today to exchange views about the changes in the Middle East and to clarify the position of Iraq, which has on these issues which have impact on Iraq. It has been more than 1 year. The Middle East have been going through continuous change, which has reflected on the political maps of some neighboring countries in the Middle East, and which carries security threats and social threats in other countries. Iraq is not away from all of this. And if these are not addressed inside the country quickly to address these challenges by consulting with other countries in the region and in the neighborhood, they will make the challenges more difficult. The Palestinian people has been facing aggression for more than 1 year, which has now extended to the West Bank, while all the world is watching silently. It has caused a humanitarian disaster, including the slaughtering of children, women, and displacement of civil people. Here, we affirm the importance of the ceasefire and to give the Palestinians the right to decide on their future and to have their own state. Regarding what's happening in Syria, we welcome the choice, the democratic choice of peoples of the area to build their own democratic states. We hope these changes will reflect the demands and aspirations of Syrian people with all of its components. We will also try our best to have the best relations with Syria, and we will be happy to work with them away from interfering with their internal affairs. Iraq is always ready to be a helpful neighbor to Syria and be helpful in gaining what Syrians' aspirations are. The terror threat is a threat to all the world. Iraq has especially suffered from it, a threat which targeted all of our people with all its components and nationalities. The target of the terror was to empty the country from its great people, but our people made many sacrifices with its social security forces, and all ethnic and religious groups worked together to face the terror and destroy it. Iraq had an epic war against terror and made big sacrifices. After all those sacrifices, the terrorists are trying to target Iraq and threat Iraq again with a new plot to gain more strength. What unites us is our political, our national, and our social goals to fail every terrorist plots against the Iraq and all the area. Iraq has suffered from many regimes which were trying to terrorize the society. That philosophy, which has never been born in Iraq, was the outcome of many struggles. We affirm here that the policy of Iraq is based on cooperation and coexistence with all countries, and on the basis of not interfering with internal affairs of countries. Iraq has decided after 2003 to have a new political system based on democracy, non-discrimination, and by sharing authority to guarantee the rights of every people. And this demands that we work on the basis of constitution so that we can defend our democratic system, and we have no alternatives to this, so that the Iraqi people would live in peace. The cooperation and understanding between the federal government and the Iraqi Kurdistan region is in the interest of everyone and in the interest of Iraq. Iraq is enriched by its different demographic, by its different ethnic and religious components, and it's rich with its natural sources, which should be utilized to save the economy and save the whole country and governors. The new policy of Iraq is based on respecting other countries and the choice of other people, and to have balanced relations with everyone, and refusing interfering, and Iraq refuses to accept any interfere in its internal affairs. Iraq is able to respond to any violations to its against its sovereignty and its borders. When we do not respond, it's not because we are weak, but we want to have good relations with all the countries in the area and to save the people from disasters. Iraq today lives in peace and in security, which were absent in the past. This security wouldn't have been provided without the sacrifices of our security forces and the determination of our political forces. Security and political security are the beginning of prosperity and investment and economical growth. But despite our security, the oil prices in the national budget has made it somehow difficult to which delaying the growth and investment is the issues in the prices of oil and lack of financial support for projects. the issue of salaries and budgets demands that all of us work hard on it, because a democratic country is required to be transparent with its citizens. Finally, Iraq Iraq will only be the factor of peace and friendship between the peoples of the area, of the region, and will always be helpful to them to have a peaceful life. And I thank you very much.